Hey traders, welcome to another edition of the Crypto Lab with Alex, featured by Trading Analysis. As usual, we are going to go through a little bit of macro overview and of course what is going on Bitcoin, Ether and some of the altcoins. So as usual, if you have some suggestions, comments or requests, please put it in the chat box. I'm experiencing a little bit of trouble with the internet today, so if anything's happened, I will just wait the stream to reconnect, and I hope we will not experience that this time. So let's start immediately with a little bit of macro outlook. As you know, I like to look what is going on the yields front. So 10-year yields is usually something we look in trading analysis to see what is going on with the bond markets. Bond markets are pretty good in kind of a placing economy in its right place. So it is always kind of a more in that respect looked as a barometer. So in that respect, if we look 10-year yields, we are still not seeing either a break on the upside or a break of these major support levels. So one of the things that we will probably look is going to be a break of either these levels, either on the upside or on the downside, because in the case of the break of these 113 levels, we will start to observe this as a five-wave move, which after a small pullback will result into a further move lower. And usually when you have some type of these three-wave corrections, it can be either a triangle or a complex one. We kind of agreed, but we don't know for sure now that maybe a complex one, if we break these levels, will be something which might represent a kind of a more objective movements in rates in the next couple of months and even a whole year. So in that case, this will be a five-wave move to the downside, small pullback, and we will see the X wave. Usually it comes to the previous B wave, so this will be an ABC for W. This will be a move A, up in B, down in C for X, and then we will have a Y wave return of the rates higher. So in that scenario, we will see even 0.5, 0.6 moving rates lower. As you know, Fed meeting is around 21st of September. Last jobs numbers was not so brilliant, so many analysts are postponing the tapering news down the line until December. So, and I basically agree with that. I don't think in this environment we will see any tapering, let alone announcements of the high rates. Last couple of data streams from United States was not so good, so I think Fed will be data dependent, especially in the jobs front. So I will kind of lean more that rate is going to fall than to go on the upside. But we will see. I mean, we are still kind of capped in this no man lands. And if you observe that from the Elliott wave perspective, it can really take both directions. For me, currently this looks a little bit more corrective. So any break of the downside will be, probability will increase that we will see something which goes down the line in this type of thing. So it will be a wave A, down in B, up in B and down in C for the X wave. And then we will have another move on the upside, potentially in the mid of 2022. Okay. So that's the rates. Let's look a little bit what is on the coin desk. Not much of a news. Sits threatened to sue Coinbase over lending product. As you know, we have been in numerous cases now on Uniswap and now Coinbase over these lending protocols. So this is still under investigation. So we will see what will happen there. XRP case is still not sold. So we had a relatively large sell-off 2 days back. Market still didn't recover, so we will go into that. But in general, not much in the news except this of threatening. And of course, Salvador went legal on the Bitcoin. I think it will need some time to adjust. You know, this is a completely new experiment, so we will see how this will go. Let's look a little bit of dollar index and what is going on. We talked about last time a possibility that a dollar index kind of starts, it moves on the upside from this B wave, possible B wave lows. We still don't have enough of the evidence that 5-wave move on the upside started, but this is a kind of a nice beginning. But I will definitely not build anything on it. I want to see a clear 5 waves up here to start looking for a new upside movement in dollar towards the end of the year. This was a jobs report result. Dollar fell down to these support levels, and for now we are holding these levels and bouncing back. So I'm going to keep this kind of analysis because it functions well for now. So we are looking for an ABC pullback at least down to November, December 2021. And for now, the things are working fine. I just need a little bit more of a confirmation and the 5-wave move up, and then definitely I can lock a higher probability that this move in dollar will continue on the upside towards December in 2021. And let's look a little bit of gold just to see what is going on with the precious metal. And then we will complete this small macro environment outlook. So actually the conclusion will be that the Fed is currently on pause. Regarding tapering, I think like that it's going to stay until December. Rates are not going to move definitely on the upside. Even in the Jackson Hole speech, Jerome Powell actually separated the movements in tapering and the movements in rates. So it will be more likely we will come to tapering first and rates afterwards. So that was very clear. So I think they're going to push even this tapering talk down to December. So most likely we will still consolidate a little bit of more in gold. Gold is basically moving still nowhere. We had a little bit of move on the upside from this support level. So as the last time, many options here are possible. We might be in A, B, C, D, and E, so small triangle, which will complete in a month or two, and then we're going to go on higher levels. We can break these support levels and continue a little bit lower. One of the things I think it's very visible that we are in some type of a consolidation. So there is nothing impulsive here in this sequence. So we think eventually gold will finish higher. So we're going to stay bullish. We are just going to wait a little bit more. This consolidation kind of show its hand. We can also see this kind of a nice type of a parallel channel. Maybe we will start consolidating towards this. Maybe we're going to break a little bit more higher and then go back and that correction finished. We don't know this in that moment, and I don't think anybody can tell you really because I think this correction is still not finished. As regards of the Elliott wave methodology, we still don't see and recognize complete pattern. We can just take a couple of guess with the different patterns which appear in a fourth wave, but as you know, the pattern morphs, especially in this type of consolidations, like we see now in Bitcoin. So we are still looking for higher levels anyhow. So silver is in the same situation. We are looking for a large consolidation. Maybe this is just a regular flat or a triangle. So I'm looking for a 335 ending diagonal in the fifth wave of a flat. So we will see. I think it's still early, but already for 1 year we are capped in this sideways consolidation that you can see here without penetrating either upside or downside levels. So we still kind of looking what the silver is going to do, but definitely this accumulation of price action in a sideways movement is announcing a possible breakout, which will be pretty much maybe even abrupt on any sides where we see the break. Okay, so usually when you have this type of 1 year consolidation, it's just a kind of an energy buildup, and the break can be brutal on both sides. Okay, guys, so just a small little macro outlook. We're going to go now and look what's going on with cryptos. As you know, um, we are still operating under several conceptions regarding the price and time movement in Bitcoin. We are looking on this wave count for the 1, 2, up in 3, pullback in 4, and continuation up in 5. Overall, wave count still stays bullish. But the last fall is dancing around 200 moving average. We will definitely start to see a possibility of this triangle if this levels of around 40, 38K give up. We are still far from that, but I'm just telling you what I'm looking. So if I see a break of these two zones, first zone is here at around 43, the second one is around 40, definitely the possibility of the triangle will kick in. 200 moving average is holding for now. I still have my bullish wave count, which suggests we are also in some type of a possible wave 2 and a continuation on the upside. So I'm still kind of not doing anything much here. I'm still looking, but this move kind of heats up a possibility that something bigger might happen. So we will see. We are still capped within the sideways consolidation, moving down and moving up. As you might notice, we didn't cross this very crucial 78.6 Fibonacci retracement. And I published on my Twitter handle, I think yesterday, it was done by Nautilus Research. They sometimes I mean, from their perspective, they do this type of a correlation charts and try to match at a different time. They do a really great work. And if you observe here, you will see they basically did the same thing we did here in the crypto lab in May or in April. They are trying to compare the previous second wave correction with the similarities what is going on now. And as you can see, we reached 0.618 Fib retracement on both of them. We have this trend line from the previous moves, almost exact as a kind of a resistance level. So we overshoot a little bit here. So they're kind of asking themselves, what next? Is this going to repeat? Okay. So from the Elliott wave perspective, this is definitely possible. But usually we want to see as a guideline the sign of alternation, which means that if this, and it is just a guideline, so if this correction starts to unfold to be more directional, sorry about this, which I definitely think, I'm going to go on weekly, which I definitely think this one was more kind of a sharper correction. This one might be more sideways, so that's why my triangle is a kind of a preferred version in the case we actually break these two levels, and the next support level will be a 30K. I also think that it is a bit early to talk about this, but as you know, I have a couple of scenarios, so just want to lay them out to you. I have, of course, only two for now. I don't have more of them. So I'm still observing and not taking any definite conclusions. Is this some high? Are we going to sell off? I see market guessing. I'm going to wait patiently. I have my support levels and I have already prepared the possible scenarios, either in a bullish or bearish case. So I'm relatively calm. In respect, I would like to see, me personally, more of a triangle consolidation from a simple reason, because we will have a much better visibility on the future movements and future outlooks. When you usually have triangles in a fourth wave, they actually give you a lot of information that we are in the last move on the upside. The targets for the last move are pretty high, between 120 and 150K. Of course, the hurdle will be 100. Everybody look for 100. And we have also a target of 110K as well. So this will be the zone I will look. And definitely that will be a completion of this sequence, which started in December 2018. Okay, so this will be a full 5-way swing. then we will go through some corrective process again in one form or the other, and potentially continue on the upside. So on Ether, I'm looking at pretty much the same thing as I explained. Nothing changed much really. We did go lower, so in that respect, we might still be potentially in some type of a triangulation as well. Also some type of a flat 335 is possible down to this 200 moving average, which is a little bit better positioned um, in the Ether chart. As you can see, this was a very strong levels, which kept Ether also from the last time we came close to it. So whatever you see, some of these patterns so close, and to be a part of a corrective pattern can just be a flat, okay, or a triangle, okay. So it cannot be a complex one because we went too much higher in that respect. So I'm looking for a flat, which will be a 335, down to this, in the case Bitcoin breakdown, or as you know, I have a bullish outlook, which will portray these levels of close to 3,000 as a key one. So this will be the crucial levels for me. If we break on the downside these levels, then I will look for some alternative scenarios. So everything else happened on the altcoins as we talked last weeks. As you can see, we had the outlook that the majority of them will drop from crucial levels. Let me just find my altcoin charts. We have seen that on many of the wave counts. ADA dropped significantly from these levels. We were looking the zone of reversal. Also Binance Coin, Matic, lots of them dropped from these respective levels. I don't really know if these corrections are finished now, or we are going to finish them a little bit more later. So I'm just observing the situation with that and this correction. So I will, from my personal experience, although cryptos are functioning a little bit kind of a less normal in a sense of a usual corrections, we reached some of the levels which I already looked for DOT, but I think these corrections are too fast. I will look for a further kind of a consolidation and then one more move lower. It might not happen, I don't know, but I'm kind of used to it to look more of a sizable three-wave corrections, having a more duration than usual. But anyhow, our targets for this correction was almost reached as we looked for, a little bit fast for my taste. So I will be a little bit more patient waiting for this possible ABC pullback. My supports are around 18 and 20 for now. Lots of that happened in many other coins. We have seen also Kusama doing the same thing. Also, we have seen Dogecoin, which somebody mentioned over there. I see in the so we did not see any five-wave move in Doge. So this makes me wondering: are we still in some type of a triangle which might last more time? Okay, on the Dogecoin, we have seen also in Matic a nice pullbacks, which we looked from these resistance levels. Either this correction is finished or it's going to have a little bit more downside. As I said, as you asked me personally, I think we will see a little bit more downside, but not. I mean, not necessarily. If we start pushing higher in a 5 waves, that will be all of this correction. But as I said, I'm used to it to kind of see visibly 3 waves pullback, which you cannot see in this only maybe one candle on daily or weekly. So I think we're going to have a little bit more time spent in these corrections overall. So let me see your questions and comments. Yeah, Wilson, we already looked Matic. Charles Abu Musa, hey Musa, what's up? Tres Ruiz, hello. Dogecoin and Solana. Dogecoin and Solana. Everybody wants Dogecoin and Solana. Oh no, this is the music. Samir wants UTK. Jayesh, Elrond, Surya, good to see you as well. Ayman Abdul, hi Alex, got liquidated but not giving up. What happened, Ayman? Hey Anatoly, thanks for the stamps. Anatoly is a guy I guess from Russia who was kind enough to put these stamps. So let's do it first for you, band protocol, because you really deserved it even more. So thank you once again for putting the stamps. And actually, there is a thing which is do that automatically now. So I will try to find this to relieve you of this thing that you do. Thank you very much. So let's look band protocol. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, let's start to try to develop this one from beginning. And this really looks like a five-wave move with a possible advance on the upside, but we still don't have a confirmation, okay? So I will be careful with this one. If we see this as an ABC X ABC, a rather small one, we should not be go below these levels here, and this will be a one down in two. So if we move a little bit lower, in general, this will be the support levels, okay? A little bit more lower. I don't want to see a break of this because that will mean that this move of the downside is not finished. So the margin of the actually risk is between this line and this line, very small one, almost $1. Overall, the pattern looks very bullish in general because if you count this as a full five-wave move, okay, so that this will be some type of a corrective pullback in flat, and then we might start continue further on the upside. So overall chart is bullish. I would say I will just watch what is going on there, and if we see a break of these two lines, I will definitely go and look for a little bit of lower levels. Depends what's going to happen on other cryptos, and then my target will be around 1.5 for the further upside. So in this case, I will wait this to develop further, and maybe on a possible breakout, I will look for a third wave development, which has a lot of room to go on the upside. So I still think it's a wait phase, guys, at least for me. I'm not that aggressive. I'm trying to be on a longer term trades. So especially in this situation, when I see on Polkadot, Matic, Binance, and many of them are possible very good entries. So I'm not going to be in hurry so much because I'm gonna stay, for example, in Matic for a longer time in this environment and looking for a possible five-way move further. On the upside, there is a lots of room on the upside on Matic, 5-6 times on the upside. So I don't want to make rash mistakes because of a couple of kind of a cents or 10, 15, 20, 50 cents here, okay? So there is a multiple upside available. So I'm gonna try to kind of adjust and possible wait even one more leg to the downside to my levels to start to be involved. Okay, sort of a YouTube competitor, perhaps better than Audius chart, VeChain. No, Jay, I don't think the pullbacks are over still. LPT. Okay, so let's see LPT. Yeah, pretty much the same situation. We have some type of a 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5. So ABC potentially done, maybe still. So I would look here. It is portrays a relatively bullish chart, but there is a two distinctive support levels. If they're broke, on the downside, depends how the crypto markets will behave. I will look for some type of this solution. As you can see, most of them are pretty much in the same situation. Okay, so if you want to see how these developments might unfold, this will be potentially a wave A, up in B, down in C, with a little bit truncation, or it can be also A, some type of a triangle of consolidation, a little bit more lower, and then a continuation. So this is still not any particular breakout. A form looks more like a three-wave than as a five-wave move. So I will be on this chart more biased, potentially even for a little bit lower levels until you see a break of these levels on the upside. Okay, so um, definitely I think that the chart by itself might continue higher, but I'm still in this phase, unsure that this correction is over. Okay. Yeah, everybody wants to see Solana. So Solana is continuing on the upside. I have a couple of wave counts. I will not show you this time. I will keep it for the next time. My wave count, which shows a pretty bullish development. It's a little bit different than this one. I have put this in a 5-wave sequence with a 448 up to 700 target. Okay, so I'm gonna look what is going on. I think this is a pretty abrupt development, and I see a potential 5-wave move, a small correction, and then a continuation on the upside. So we will see. I have a couple of wave counts. In any way, I think depends what will happen now. With the cryptos, maybe we can see a little bit more pullback down to this 130. But the bullish chart, which I will prepare for the next time, portrays a possible sequence in a 1-to-1-2, which means that we had a very small second wave here, and that Solana might even continue pretty much higher to this 600, 800 levels. So we will see that for the next time. I still want to be cautious, kind of not that optimistic in the respect of a price expansion. So I'm still going to look for some type of a further upside, and then I'm going to put that in a context. If we cross this level, I will have to change these wave 3 targets for a little bit higher. As you can see, Solana is developing a lot of projects on it, and it starts to be very popular as a competitor to Ether. Ether is going to grow anyhow. So I don't see why Solana should not continue. We might see some pullbacks, but the overall trend is still upside. Okay. Okay, guys, let me see a few of your requests, and then we can close this down. If you want to see our work, you can visit us at tradinganalysis.com. Full service regarding stocks and cryptos. And also you can see on our trading analysis channel Bennett's work regarding the stocks, and also he posted some of his opinion on a Bitcoin. We agree also on a triangle, so you can also look that on our channel. And as you know, we have a cryptocurrency service with a Discord, multi-wave repository, and all of that stuff that usually services has. So on a dashboard, we have a lot of things we cover with the trade desk, strategy videos, members webinars. So if you want to have a trial, visit us, please do. Let me see some of your requests. VeChain, I don't think VeChain finished a pullback. I don't think any pullbacks are done, guys, for now. I mean, that's my opinion. So I'm still kind of a maybe old-fashioned Elliottician. I'm still going to wait for a little bit longer pullbacks. Maybe I'm wrong. Cryptos are pretty much crazy. But for me, after a 5-wave move, this is not enough of a correction. I will wait a little bit more. for VeChain. So I think the wave count overall is still bullish, but I don't think pullback is finished. And I mean, if you are bullish on this one, then uh, why the pullback anyhow matters? I mean, the difference between the current price and the pullback can be a couple of points. I mean, I don't understand this type of reasoning, but maybe people are trading it intraday or something like that. So, I mean, suit yourself. I mean, as I try to trade on a longer time frames, this price kind of a differences on some of these cryptos are relatively insignificant. You can maybe a little bit more managing risk when you have a couple of, depends on your account. So for now, it is still a bullish chart. Okay, so let me see a couple of more requests, guys. TVK, I never heard of that one, I think. Yeah, I never looked this one. I don't know. I don't see here very nice or very clear uh, developments. Let me just enlarge this so you can see it. So there is some type of a five-way move on the upside, definitely. Not very kind of a clean one. An ABCX. This also doesn't look. So we might be an ABCX ABC. This might be some type of a leading diagonal, and we are in a correction now. So kind of a look what is going on. This will be maybe 1-2 and a new uptrend, maybe a little bit more correction, maybe it's done, but any continuation on the upside in a five ways will actually continue further on the upside. So it doesn't look so bad. I will look these levels for a support, definitely. Any break of this support a little bit lower will be kind of a concerning. The last thing which I will look is this support down there, which will be the last possible place where we need to stop. Any break of this support will continue even lower, and then maybe from these lows continuation on the upside. Yeah. Okay, guys, so thank you very much on the attention. If you think that some of these cryptos are really important for you, quant, yeah, let's look quant and let's finish for this. I mean, I cannot look all of your requests. We do that trading analysis, so our members in Discord um, can request every chart for us. So you can join us if you like, and even for a month, and make your requests. And I'm doing the charts for members. So for now, quant is really bullish. I mean, as you can see, we are developing on the upside, so it is staying on the upside trajectory. I'm seeing a little bit more development on the upside pullbacks, but definitely soon, after one more high here, pullback, one more high there, it's going to embark in a little bit of a corrective mode, but overall price action is bullish. Okay, we are above equality, which is very important, which is a measured move. For now, as you can see, we just crossed it here. So whenever you see a cross of an equality, that is a good sign that you're going to see a continuation, but the bumps on the road will be present. So you can be sure we will go in some type of a phases of corrections. Okay. Okay, guys, so thank you for the attention. If you want to see more of these crypto charts, you can have a trial and join us. Otherwise, we will, of course, do the same thing next week on the Crypto Lab. My conclusion will be that we are still in a wait and see phase. Some of the things that we were looking has unfolded as we were looking for a week or two. If you look the previous crypto labs for this correction on alts, with some of them looking very bullish. But I will just kind of I'm in a wait mode still. I think that we might have a little bit more of developments here. Not, I mean, that's not, of course, something which market will respect. It will do what will do. At least my feel is to have a little bit more of patience of taking any longer term outlooks and positions. And I think we are coming to the phase where we're going to see pretty much decision levels taken, and this consolidation potentially might finish. If we go on the bullish side, it might be finished very soon, and we might see a big run on the upside, provided we don't break this 40K levels and we go significantly lower below this 200 moving average. So the same thing for Ether. Personally, triangle for me is going to be the best solution in that case. But let's go one wave at a time. So thank you for being here, and see you next time, guys. Hit the like button and stay well, trade well, position yourself well, take care of the risk, and the gains will take care of itself. So see you guys. Bye bye.